What's up, everyone? Two massive upgrades just went live on the XRP Ledger, and if you weren't watching closely, you might have missed them. Decentralized Identity and Credentials. But what do these really mean for XRP, for Ripple, and for the future of the entire ecosystem? That's what we're going to break down today. And stick with me, because we're also going to dive into permission domains and permission DEXs, two more upgrades next in line for the Ledger. Shout out to Kenny, aka KennyZLY200, for highlighting these updates. He just crossed 200 followers, so definitely go support him. Kenny pointed out that the new credentials feature is now live on the XRPL, and this is a game changer. It allows developers and businesses to handle identity verification and compliance directly on-chain, no more slow, manual checks, where banks have to review every account one at a time. Instead, this feature automates the process, instantly verifying who's receiving funds without armies of people shuffling paperwork. That's how global payments actually start moving at lightning speed. Kenny explained it perfectly. Normally, KYC verification means sharing sensitive info like your social security number, address, or account balances across multiple institutions, exposing you to all kinds of privacy risks. With XRPL credentials, once your identity is verified, that credential can be issued, stored, and reused directly on the ledger. Businesses only need to check it on-chain. It's fast, secure, and private. No more endless re-verifications. Here's how the flow works. A business sets the credentials it requires, like KYC. A trusted issuer signs and creates that credential. The user stores it in their XRPL account. Then, whenever they interact with that business, the system checks it instantly. Sensitive documents stay off-chain. The same credential works across multiple services, and approvals that once took days can now happen automatically. But credentials aren't just a feature, they're a foundation. They're the building blocks for what's coming next. Permission domains, permission DEXs, and the Single Asset Vault, SAV. Permission domains set rules like requiring KYC before someone can access a particular area of the ledger. Permissioned DEXs mean institutional players can trade or lend on XRPL with the guarantee that every participant is verified. And the Single Asset Vault adds a new layer of custody and security for tokenized assets. The design of XRPL credentials follows the W3C global standard for verifiable credentials. That means they're portable, secure, and aligned with worldwide frameworks. Each credential is tied directly to a ledger account and cryptographically signed, so it can't be faked. That's massive for compliance, interoperability, and global adoption. And this is where it gets really interesting. VET confirmed that decentralized identity and credentials are now live, and next up are those permission domains and DEXs. Decentralized Identity, or DID, lets both individuals and institutions control their own identity on-chain without depending on a central authority. Credentials prove things like KYC, AML, or corporate roles without constantly exposing sensitive data. Permission domains create controlled environments for compliant trading and payments. Permissioned DEXs unlock regulated DeFi, allowing institutions to confidently trade, issue tokens, and settle on XRPL's DEX, knowing every participant meets the standards. What this unlocks is huge. Automated onboarding, compliance, ready DeFi, and the kind of trust enterprises need to finally go live on blockchain rails. If you believe in crypto payments, but the network you're betting on doesn't have these features, that should raise red flags. Ripple and XRPL devs are building exactly what banks and institutions require. On top of that, the XRPL approach is globally interoperable. By aligning with W3C standards, credentials could work across other blockchains, apps, and industries. That's how adoption scales. And speaking of adoption, Bank XRP highlighted some major partnership news. Weebus International just teamed up with Air China, tapping into 60 million members. This partnership is expected to bring XRP-powered payment solutions into Phoenix Miles' massive loyalty program. That means XRP for travel payments, tokenized rewards, and instant settlements for things like chauffeur and airport transfers. They're even holding a 300 million XRP reserve to back these payments and maintain liquidity, much like corporations holding Bitcoin on balance sheets. And Weebus isn't alone. Other players are making big XRP treasury moves too. Trident Digital planning a 500 million XRP strategy. Willistics Health allocating 50 million XRP to streamline pharma supply chains. Vivo Power picking up 100 million XRP for staking and yield. Nature's Miracle setting aside 20 million XRP for treasury reserves. More Asian financial services exploring XRP reserves for fast USD-linked transfers. Ripple isn't just targeting fintech, it's pushing into travel, logistics, healthcare, farming, and corporate treasury. The net is widening fast. Of course, not every announcement is crystal clear. Some skeptics like Bill Morgan point out that while Weebus references XRP payments, it doesn't always explicitly say XRP will be used. Still, the adoption signal is there, and the trend is undeniable. Meanwhile, CME has quietly become the third largest holder of XRP open interest, crossing 1 billion. Brad Garlinghouse himself highlighted CME's growth. XRP futures and options are setting records, alongside Solana and microcontracts, showing institutions are expanding beyond just Bitcoin. And then there's this thought. Could XRP itself be the stablecoin of the future? Some argue XRP functions like digital gold, neutral, scarce, and liquid globally. Unlike a USDC or Tether that's backed by reserves, XRP itself may become the digital collateral underpinning stablecoins and cross-border liquidity. The institutions pushing for a new monetary system want collateral, and XRP might just be it. Zooming out, Eleanor Tarrant reports that the Senate Banking Committee is moving forward with crypto market structure legislation. Regulation is coming, and that's the green light institutions are waiting for. The faster this framework is finalized, the quicker the money flows into crypto. Paul Barron made a key point. The American dream isn't dead. It's shifted. Real estate used to be the ticket. Now it's digital assets. Yet only 1 in 6 American adults currently owns crypto. That means the vast majority are still missing out, stuck in a system where wages stagnate, costs rise, and the dollar continues to inflate. And here's the brutal truth. The U.S. needs crypto more than crypto needs the U.S. Why? Because 90% of stablecoins are tied to the dollar. Without stablecoins, crypto markets would struggle to function. And without crypto demand, the U.S. would struggle to keep its debt financed. That's why stablecoins are going to play such a massive role under the next administration. So, if you've got people in your life struggling paycheck to paycheck and feeling like there's no way forward, invite them to learn about this space. Crypto transformed my life, and many of yours too, and the real shift hasn't even started yet. Stay strong, stay informed, and stay ready. Together, we're going to navigate this new system, have some fun, and make some money. See you in the next one. By the way, I just put together a complete course for beginners, intermediates, and advanced XRP investors. It breaks down the XRPL, Ripple, and everything you need to understand the system that's being built.